What's going on? Michael with Lawn Dude here. How do you manage your time being a business owner? Let's talk about it. Yo, Michael with Lawn Dude here. Just asking how you manage your time. I can only speak for myself. It is tough. I am a husband, a father, son, uncle, godfather, business owner, and even vice president to a motorcycle to an MC. So for me, it's always been a tough balancing act on how to manage my time. Of course, for me, being a husband and father and a business owner take top priority. It's like this year I decided to go solo, which means, you know, I'm in charge of all the maintenance and like I've always been, for mowing, we did equipment maintenance, make sure vehicles get maintenance. And on top of that, both of our kids are in sports this year. It's nothing more than a joy to watch the joy that the kids have doing sports. And my wife and I, you know, we already decided, you know, whatever we have to do to make that happen for them, we do. So, of course, because our daughter's in soccer and our son's in baseball, their schedules conflict a few times. So it's been a blessing that, you know, we have multiple vehicles, so my wife is able to take one to one place, I'm able to take the other to the other place, and then a lot of times my son's practices run later into the night, so I'll sit at his practices and my wife will sit at my daughter's practices, which are earlier in the day, like around 5. What makes it tough is when the games conflict. You know, can't be everywhere, but it's a blessing that both my wife and I are able to basically, one of us can be in one place, the other can be in another place. So that's managing time from that standpoint. Basically, anything I can do. This is another reason why I went solo this year. I like being able to basically route around my family. When you have somebody working for you, it's a little harder to do that because they're there to get paid. They're not there to do the things, you know, for your family. But when you're solo, it's not a big deal at all. I leave later in the mornings because my son likes, even though instead of taking the bus in the morning, he likes to be dropped off. I think he likes the extra time in the morning that we get to hang out just to be driving him. So I have no problem starting later in the mornings. Usually my wife will take our daughter to school because that's a little later in the morning, and then I'll drop our son off, and then a lot of times I go on the route. So I'm starting at 9, and so far it's looking like no matter how many stops I'm doing, and no matter how much the acreage is, I got most of my routes dialed in to 8 hours a day. That's just because of route density, thank God. I mean, today's different because I'm doing the commercial south route, so I actually do some traveling on this route. And every other route I do is pretty close and tight. I got rid of a lot of the outliers for this reason. And a lot of these commercials that I do full property maintenance. So if I see like weeds are bad, I'll go ahead and spray them while I'm there. Like as far as like cracks and crevices and stuff, bed maintenance, I'll go ahead and knock it out there. And if it's something massive, I'll reschedule it usually for Friday, which is my customer service day. But time management, like I'm everything. Anything I can do to manage my time, make it quicker, I do. I sharpen my blades quite often. I keep them switched out pretty often. I even thought about moving the jack in the truck so I could do it maybe on my last job of the day, but I haven't gotten to that yet. So far for me, it's not a big issue to get home and just jack them up there and then change the blades. You know, it's whatever. It's a little harder to schedule things like, you know, truck maintenance and stuff like that, but I do schedule them in. Pre-trips are important to me, but what I found I do is like sometimes on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, I'll come out real quick and I'll fully inspect the truck. You know, I have the cab over. I'll tilt the cab and, you know, check out everything, see how everything is, check fluids, you name it. So that Monday morning, that's one thing I don't have to do. And as you know, with my Ram 2500, I do a quick little once over on that as well and make sure everything's everything. Equipment gets checked. Usually the last full mowing day for me is Thursdays. Because like I said, Fridays I'll do like customer service, aerations, applications, anything of that nature. So Thursday afternoons I try, key word there, I try to get the maintenance knocked out then. It doesn't usually work that well because that's a day when usually both of our kids have practices. So like today's a Wednesday, a lot of Wednesdays I will also come out and do the same thing. I'll go ahead and take care of the maintenance, knock that out. But basically, it changes as you go. You keep finding what works best for you. That's how I manage my time. I find what works best, and I make time for all the people around me. That's important. That's why that's why I got in business in the first place, so I can make more time for those around me. That's important. Because when I was managing one of the biggest lawn care companies in the area, before I went to do my own business, I was working sun up to sundown. I was missing a lot of things. For example, my daughter had an award ceremony the other day, and I had a full route. So I had like 18 jobs to do that day. But being able to knock out, I want to say 75% of the route by 1 o'clock and getting over to her school and sitting there through the whole award ceremony is really what's important to me, and it's why I decided to do this in the first place. And it's a wonderful feeling to be able to make that happen, you know, for my wife and kids and all my family, just, you know, when it needs to be, you know, when I can, it's lovely. Whereas beforehand, you really weren't able to do that working for somebody else. All right, well, that's all I got on this. How do you guys manage your time? Keep it easy and keep your head afloat and keep your head up throughout this spring rush. Peace. Let me go get some work done.